Hey guys, hi, welcome back once again. My name is Vaishali, and today I'd like to talk about responsibility. Or rather, as I'd heard Mark Woolen say, it might not be your fault. It is probably also not your fault, but it's your responsibility. So, Mark Woolen is a leader in inherited family trauma, and thereby, in my personal understanding, he also is a leader in intergenerational trauma. He is also the director of the Institute of Family Constellation in San Francisco. So, coming back to what I've heard him say, wherein it might not be your fault, it probably is also not your fault, but it is your responsibility. I can, in some way, collaborate that with the recent movie that I saw, Article 370. I can even correlate it to Alia Bhatt's character in the movie Dear Zindagi, and I can even correlate it to some degree with our War of Independence. Now, whether it's the movie Article 370, which I had recently watched, or whether it's Alia Bhatt's character in the movie Dear Zindagi, wherein she feels abandoned by her parents. None of those incidences that have been impacting them, that had happened in the history at some point in time, either in their personal history or in the history that had happened 50 to almost 500, 200 years back, was not their conscious choice, was not something that they consciously, deliberately created. Those were incidences that happened to them. Those were incidences that kept impacting them both on personal and interpersonal levels. And though it was no fault of theirs, at least consciously, it was still their duty, it was still their responsibility to repair it, to repair and amend what they had not directly participated in, what they had not directly created and co created. But to make any kind of a repair or to make any kind of an amendment which calls in for drastic changes, one needs to become aware. Because only when one is aware can one begin to start taking some kind of a responsibility. So even though Alia Bhatt in the movie Dear Zindagi had not consciously chosen to be in situations that she was in, it was still her duty to repair it, to amend it, to change it once she got some awareness about it, once she wanted to become aware about it. Though when our freedom fighters fought the war for independence, they had not consciously made the choice to be suppressed, to be oppressed by another nation. It was still their responsibility to fight for our freedom, to fight for our rights. When they became aware of the kind of life that they had been living, once they became aware of their suppression and of their oppression. And though it was no fault of the character of Yami Gautam or a lot of people who experienced what they experienced living in Jammu and Kashmir, it yet was the responsibility of those to bring about those amendments who had become aware of the situation. And since we are all humans who are bound to mess up in the process of consistent, constant growth and evolution, we in some way are going to get disappointed and get hurt. We also are going to inflict that on somebody, and most of the times, not deliberately, not consciously, not wittingly. As a default in the process of our growth and evolution, we are going to inflict some kind of a wound or the other unknowingly, unwittingly, which in smaller ways today is recognized as the accumulation of small t traumas or big T traumas. And thereby it becomes imperative to keep reflecting on ourselves so that we start becoming more and more aware about ourselves, about our functionalities and about our dysfunctionalities as well. And the more we become aware, the better are we able to handle responsibilities, even when at times the fault may not necessarily be ours. To do the repair, to bring about the amendments, to bring about the changes that are necessary, that enables us heal so that we don't leak our wounds onto the next generation and onto the people around us. So let's give it a thought. Let's reflect on that. And I will see you once again the next week. Till then, stay tuned in. And guys, if you do like the contextual content of these videos, please do like, share, and subscribe.